Whatever you want, oh, whatever you need, my heart belongs to you. Oh, whatever you need, and nothing I won't do. Oh, whatever you want, oh, my heart belongs to you. I say whatever you need, whatever you want, whatever you need. My heart belongs to you. Whatever you need, there's nothing I won't do. Whatever you want, my heart belongs to you. I say whatever you need.
But I know that there's more. More for you, more for us.
Children, rain all night long. Didn't it all, didn't it all, oh, my Lord, didn't it rain? Didn't it rain, children? Rain all night long. Didn't it all? Didn't it all? Oh, my Lord, didn't it rain? You can't run from it. You can't deny it. You can't pass it off. It's your call. God knew what he was doing. He knew who he was calling. And he expertly and intricately detailed every aspect of your life, your being, your persona, your psyche, your physicality, everything about you, from the texture of your hair to the color of your eyes to the way that you laugh to the fingerprint on your thumb. And everything is connected to your calling. And until you walk into the fullness of the thing that you were created for, you will find yourself frustrated. You're called.
Before we had to use a whiteboard easel and we had to keep erasing. We couldn't save. Now we
Take a breath. You tuned in now. Stand it, Jack. I'm here with you. Yeah. Another day, another story on the way. So much noise out there, hard to know what to believe. I ain't here to hype it up, but tear it down. Just bring the truth to light. Let it speak out loud. Yeah. From the streets to the world stage, from the past to the front page. If it mattered to your life, don't say it right. And a J is here to bring you all the news. Every story, every voice, from every point of view. The J is here. Current events, real time. Sit back, lock in, tap your ears. Yeah. You in good hands tonight. You good now? Yeah. Stay with me. I know the world feel heavy when you turn it on. Every headline make you wonder where we coming from. But knowledge is power. When it's done with care. So I slow it down, break it clear and fair. No rumors, no disguise, just facts and human lines. Human lines, it's to touch the people. Then it crossed my mind. Is here to bring you all the news, every story, every voice, from every point of view. Dana J is here, current events, real time. Step back, lock in, tap your ears, you in good hands tonight.
This ain't just talk, it's conversation. This ain't just news, it's information. For the thinkers, for the seekers,
for the ones who wanna know. I'm right on time. Bring it baby to chaos. One story at a time. So stay right where you are. Let's talk about what's happening now. And where
If this man was hesitant about talking to
this is Dana J. We getting into it right now. Dear Robin, it's really hard fighting for you. The ones you're listening to are the ones hurting you, stealing from you, turning on you out here. I'm trying to keep you there.
radio don't sound the same when your voice ain't in the night. Every note remind me of a different time in my life. They don't know what you meant to us behind the stage, behind the fame. I'm just missing the man I knew while the world just say your name. Robert Sylvester Kelly. I'm talking to the walls again, praying that you hear this Dana J song. Trying to separate the noise from what was right and what the face said, what went wrong. We miss you, right? We miss the soul in your sound. We miss you since you ain't been around. We've been hurting, watching legends fade away. Dear Robert, I wish I could take the pain away. Always I could talk to you. Yeah, too many voices in your ear. Yeah, being voices your damn thing. Everybody got a fucking opinion, but don't nobody seem to feel your goddamn pain. Lord, I know you're human, Robin, made mistakes, carried weight. Still, I hate how quiet it got when your music used to be so vibrant. Used to vibrate. If I could sit you down, just me and you. No crowd. I tell you, don't let the world define your whole life now. You more than headlines, more than the fall, more than the industry take down. You're still somebody's song. We really changed the song. We made the song. We made the song.
I miss the way it was. The gift, the fight, the love. No judgments. Just a heart that still believes.
From one soul to another, from one side to another, your soul get up the noise. It's about this the we need them doors that lower, but now to blow off and let you out, Robert. We see the misjustice, we heard the lies. We also know when what they stole from you.
This is for you, Robert Sylvester Kelly.
The show starts in 1. Get ready to shake your asses. I went deaf on a bitch. Break your asses. Ever since you left me, more money, more cars, more hoes, more shows. Ever since you left me, more diamonds, more gold, more motion, more hoes. I went deaf on a bitch. I went deaf on a bitch. All I need is one night. You gon' have to splash me, All I need is one night. I went deaf on a bitch.
This New York City, French, Max, B, Remy, always the one, never the two. Told him find something stupid to play with and picked you. Since I've been going, it's so crazy. I put a do-rag on and got wavy. I'm that bitch, went armed with the black tips. I went fox on a whack bitch. Drug off Dom, Poppy on E. Can't keep his rich baller hands off me. Both in the club, high singing off key.
I went deaf on a bitch. All I need is one night. You gon' have to splash me, All I need is one night. I went deaf on a bitch. Yes, my, yes, I, Fiesta. Drop top G-Wagons, we don't do Teslas. Don't pay for the bag, I pay semesters. I turn dream girls to my new extras. Hand niggas recognize game girls do too. Run through the city like the 2 Live Crew. Got a Harlem broad, got a Brooklyn broad. I ain't come this far just to come this far. A friend to all is a friend to none. So don't push me, bitch, cause I'll press the button. I went deaf on a bitch. I went deaf on a bitch.
Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. Let's go. Oh. I went, uh, uh, uh. Yo, uh, 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 uh. Yo, I'm feeling it. What's up, Dream Team? How y'all doing out there? Everybody out there that's having some fun on this good old day. What y'all doing, man? Y'all chilling. What's up? What's up? What's up? Gotta say what's up with y'all, man. You know what I mean? Gotta say what's up with y'all, cause y'all make it happen. Shout out to the best team in the land, none other than the Dream Team, y'all. Y'all know how we feeling. Listen, tonight, straight to the point. I'm gonna say what I say. I'm gonna let these record and say what they say, and we're gonna put some things together, right? So, so, I said a while back, I said people gonna come out and they're gonna be talking and not knowing what they talking about. I said that, and people was jumping on people panels, talking greasy about me. And that's cool because I sat there and I watched and I laughed. Okay, if that's what you're gonna do to me, then fine. But when I return the favor, I don't want nobody tripping. I don't want nobody saying I'm greasy. So before we get started, and before we get started, you can go ahead at the bottom of the chat. There's a box called the super chat. You go and hit that box. Like, share, subscribe. Dana J be right there. Nothing too short, nothing too small. But Dana J appreciate it all. On top of that, because I got a lot of stuff to do today and tomorrow and tonight. On top of that, across the bottom, it's a Cash App. It's called $ official Dana J. Y'all go like, share, subscribe that y'all. I know some people looking like, wait a minute, is he at work still? No, I'm not at work. I just switched computers, but I'm about to switch back. Because Lord knows I can't handle this. Can't handle this one. Both on Macs though. Just can't handle it. Um, please do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe, violate the hell out of me by liking the page, liking the show. So that way everybody else can get it out in the algorithm. They can see what's going on. They can come to the show. Share me out. Subscribe. And join if you want. Because on today, we're going to talk about the things that make you go, We're going to get down to the truth of what really happened with the storage between Keith Calvert and Sean Harris. I meant Keith Calvert and Donnell Russell. We're going to understand what really went on and who was really doing what between Sean and Keith. I told you I'm going to make this a series. And this series is going to be me less talking and us more hearing. And then we're going to be me less talking and us more breaking down. That's what's going to happen. Sorry about that delay. My cousin texted me some stuff, but that's what's going down, man. And again, I'm gonna say, I believe the people that rocks with R. Kelly need to understand what's going on. So I had to go. I had to go Dana J. I had to go private investigator, private eye. Now, what kills me is how people get on platforms. What kills me, what kills me is how people get on platforms and discuss things to make other people look bad. When the whole time there's a plot, there's a story, there's a myth, there's a lie, and there's some truth behind the scenes. There's a plot, there's a story, there's a myth, there's a lie, and there's some truth behind the scenes. With that being said, y'all watch me for 7 years take hits after hits after hits like it was crazy, like it was nothing. Nobody said anything except for a few people called the Dream Team. It was some folks that came and wanted to get close to me and people who I really cherish and relish in this lifetime. I'm gonna say life. Told me, Dana, you don't need them. Those people are only there to suck life out of you, get what they can get, and then turn on you. I never forget it. Sometimes the harsh reality is admitting the truth. And the harsh reality is this right here. At one point, I had some people who I would have risked it all for because I thought that they would do the same thing for me. Up until I realized that they were Decepticons. They were Transformers. They were more than meets the eye. And I didn't know stuff was going on behind my back until one day a guy I called my brother Sidbo, who I'm no longer cool with, exposed the hand of them folks. But before then, there was a group of ladies that still had the Dream Team. They was giving me intuitionary hearings. Dana, that's not right. Dana, I think they follow you. Dana, this is what it looks like to me. Dana, that don't look right. Dana, that, and I would defend them ladies to the group of ladies that would be giving me advice. And I would say, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. They ain't bad people. Until one day I went to sleep. And a guy that I was I was cool with called me and said, bro, you been burnt up on the internet. Wake up. I thought it was a dream. So I woke up and I grabbed my phone and I looked at my phone and I seen Dana J a bad person. Dana J this, Dana J that. Oh no, you ain't gonna play with me like that. I went and washed my face, hopped on a computer, fired it up, and that was the old Betsy computer, the dinosaur. And I'm going to work. I'm dissecting the lies. So I have to say this because it's been quiet. Before my arch enemy, well, I can't even call her my arch enemy because I don't have no beef with the lady. I said what I said, I done what I done, and I'm not even taking nothing back. But Randa did an interview with a PI named Sean Harris. And the way they made it seem like was Dana was lying. I sat back and I said, I can really respond to this now. I said, I really can respond to this now. Or I can, wait a minute. Hold on. I said, I really can respond to this now. I said, I can respond to this now. Okay. That's what happened. I'm sorry. Okay, I messed up. I said, I can respond to this now, or I can sit back and wait. But if I sit back and wait, I have to bring out the unconditional facts of something. And when I bring out the unconditional facts, these facts have to be truthful, as I always will bring them. Okay, one, two. Hold on, I set this up wrong. Yeah, this is set up wrong. Okay. So I said that I have to be factual and truthful because people are not going to receive just rambling. People ain't going to receive just people ain't going to receive just Dana just going off. They ain't going to receive that. So what they would do is they would look at it and say, well, Dana is being bitter. Dana just mad. Dana just this. Dana just that. And I would really have to sit back and be like, oh, okay, cool, cool. If that's the way we're gonna go, then that's the way we would have to go. But Dana ain't gonna play the radio for nobody. And with that being said, I had to really dissect some things. I had to really bite my tongue on some things until the time was right. Did I want to do it? No. Am I out here to prove a point? Am I out here to prove a point that I'm better than anybody? No. Am I out here to fight for Robert Sylvester Kelly? Yes. 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 That's what I'm here for. So when people that used to be cool with me would get mad because Dana chose to do things his way, you can't expect for Dana to sit back and say, "Oh well, this was going to happen. This is this is this is this is this is this." No, it's not going to happen that way. It's not going to happen that way. All right, now I got to set up right. So what have to happen is sometimes you got to take a L, and sometimes you got to lose in people's eyes just to win. I took a lot of L's on these YouTube streets, but I made it look so good that them L's turned into W's because them tables change and they will turn. The question is, are you able to sit and watch while the tables turn? Are you able to endure what's happening while the tables turn? Can you handle the fact that you are going to be lied to by some of the same people that you protect? By some of the same people you call bruh, cuz, unc, sis, homie, friend, boo, bae. You're going to be portrayed by some of them same folks. And what makes a good leader is a great follower. And when the leader tells you, focus on me, continue debunking the lies. And when you continue debunking the lies and when you don't go the way they want you to go, then they turn around and try to make you a liar. So they paint the picture, oh, Dana J a liar, Bozo a liar. Look at Bozo. But see, here's the thing, and I keep saying it. Black people, and I have to say it this way, black people are some of the stupidest, dumbest people I've ever encountered. And I know people are like, oh my God, he's saying black people. Okay, let's break it down. Let's give you African diaspora class 101. Black means death. So if you consider yourself a dead person, then you got to be a stupid fool to not describe yourself as who you are, as being indigenous or colored. But because Bill Clinton made you feel comfortable by calling yourself black or African American, which is dispelling who you are, we run with it. Well, Dana, what did I got to do with R. Kelly? We had a black person come to the internet and tell us that Robert was his friend. We had a black person that got mad at an indigenous person and said they putting all the raw music out. We had a black person that came. What up, Shank Rock? I see you, bro. We had a black person that came to the internet and told y'all that he got R. Kelly memorabilia and he ain't steal nothing. We had a black person that came and told everybody that he was Robert's brother just to get enough money to turn on Robert. But don't take my word for it. Let's listen.
They'll find some reason to go after somebody else. It is. They have to throw in a token every now and then to make it seem balanced. Let me address something that people have been asking and people have been saying. First of all, I don't have any of fucking Rob's music or his memorabilia or his gold records for sale any fucking where.
Pause. I want y'all to write that down. He don't have none of Rob's music, gold albums, or memorabilia. No effing well. I want y'all to write that down and keep a mental note. I want y'all to write that down or keep a mental note. Because my question is, if you don't have it, how was you able to LA? If you don't have it, how was you able to tell me that you're going to put Robert's music out? Because y'all got jealous of a campaign or fund, should I say, that I promoted. But it sounds good when you go and tell people that Dana J was stealing. It sounds good. It sounds sexy. Pay attention.
If I was gonna put shit out there, I would put it on my platform, IndieBuild.com. Why the fuck would I make somebody else some money when I got a platform I can put it out there on my own? I'm not about that shit. I'm about making sure we keep the money within, not giving it to somebody else. So I don't have shit on eBay. Whoever's lying and saying that I do not. All of his music is safe, tucked away, waiting for him to say what he wants to be done with the shit. And until that happens, it's gonna stay safe and tucked away. I have every unfucking released album, and all the motherfuckers are sitting there in certain places secured and copyrighted. So all that shit about me putting out his music, I don't want a dime off of none of that shit. If I set up a platform and whatever I spend, I expect to get paid that back and any fucking percentage for my work, which may be 10 to 20 based on how much I put in. But other than that, that's his shit. And I don't take pride.
Oh, big fella. But I thought you said that you don't have none of Rob's music. I thought you said you ain't steal nothing. I thought you said that you, big fella, don't touch none of his stuff. Oh, be the light. You in here. I'm glad to see you here. Stay right there. Cause that's about to be exposed too. So if you don't steal it, then why would you want a compensation of 10 to 20% of what you do? Let's listen. Make it make sense.
I ain't taking nothing from no motherfucking body else. So I don't care what none of y'all saying about that. In that trash right the fuck now. I don't steal people's shit. 46 years in, I'm sorry, I'm 46 years old. 30 years in the game. I ain't never been known as a thief until you motherfuckers is coming with this shit now. So cut it out. Stop it. Now let's get on with the show.
Let me ask you, Dubowski took a picture with his Billboard award. He said you let him take a picture with it. He pulled it out a pillowcase with a bunch of other shit that you had in there.
I know Dubowski's a lying motherfucker. I had this right here. This award is still sitting in my house to this day, and it's gonna sit here. That's one. That's the other one, and that's a picture of my brother. That's it. That's all I got as far as memorabilia. Rob gave me a watch. I recently gave that to Kerry because Kerry didn't have shit of his own brother. So I gave it to Kerry and said, man, this is from your brother. Keep it. It was a real expensive fucking watch. I gave it to Kerry. And that was it. But I ain't got no bag full of shit. I got masters in music. The masters can't fit in no fucking bag. It takes a truck to move them. And the music is on the drive. So I don't know what the fuck else Dubowski's talking about. He's lying. Go ahead.
But he had a picture with it. You let him take a picture with it?
I just showed him the pictures right there.
Oh, yeah. Because some people were saying that
I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that I got those.
He buried it in his backyard.
No, they was at the warehouse when we took the fucking stuff out of there, and I said, you know, I'm gonna just keep two of these as a keepsake. So what, man? I didn't steal shit. I had permission to be in there. Rob was locked the fuck up. All that shit we were talking about.
Permission from who? That's my question. Permission from who? Now, look at the way he advances to say Rob is fucking locked up. Look how angry he got with this. Pay attention. Pay attention to body movement. Pay attention to facial expressions. Pay attention.
Rob was locked the fuck up. All that shit we were talking about putting it on auction sites to raise money for his defense. So what the fuck is the problem? I mean, you know, nobody's saying that I stole shit but knuckleheads. Keith is the one that was in there with me. Trust me, he got a ton of shit too. So cut all that shit out about somebody stole something. We were tasked to handle certain things after he got fucked up, and that's what we're doing. It's no chance that I got his intellectual property and Keith got his power of attorney. Don't give everything to one person. If I get caught and I got power of attorney and intellectual property, mission fucked up. But as long as one of us are good, mission straight. Period.
Wait a
Put it
minute.
out there on my own. I'm not about that shit. I'm about making sure we.
Wait a minute. 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 Y'all were tasked. So that means that Keith Don said that you and him was tasked. But hold on. I want to listen to something. Hold on. I got to take it back. You know what I mean? Because, see, that's the only way we're going to get to what's going on. That's the only way the new people is going to understand. Let's take it back for a second. Let's go. I got to take it back. And I got to take it back in time. Let's go. I need you to play Kevin Terrell and Don Russell in the car hating on Dana J. Now pay attention. He said that I and other folks have to disrupt what he's doing to get that man free. Right? No sound? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let's do it like this. Do it like this. Hold on. Y'all saying no sound. I don't like that. Hold on. I want y'all to understand everything I'm saying. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on to your love. All right. Let's rewind it back. So can y'all hear that? Okay, let's go. Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that?
All right, I beg to differ, dog, because I've been DJing for years. Disagree. But check this out. Let's go right here. Dog. Why do Bozo keep thinking everybody's connected to you? Because I'm probably giving you number one. They know that I have what it takes and the stuff that I'm doing to work to get that man free. They have to disrupt it. That's all it is. They've done so much shit that if Rob was out, first of all, that shit about him putting my mom's name in it. Rob was trying to shit out that motherfucker, and I'm glad he said that in the public. Because when Rob does get out, he gonna slap the fuck out of him for that. Because him and my mom have a real strong bond and relationship.
Did you know diabetes could qualify you for monthly disability benefits? If you're between 50 and 63 and can't work like you used to, you may qualify for social support. Did you know diabetes?
If everybody that's constantly believing this fucking goofy ass nigga blowing me, Rob ain't saying none of this shit he is. He is not an aficionado. He was not anybody close to Rob, like he was a fucking goofy. And that's the only space that he carried. Period. I mean, so for everybody to keep believing this dude, it's like, look at what his title is.
So I have a question. From day one, I've been saying Don is against Robert, that he's scamming Robert. I'm gonna ask y'all, and please be brutally honest. Put the answer in the chat. Have Dana J lied yet? Have Dana J missed yet? Put the answer in the chat. But I'm gonna let Don talk, because this is where you let people put the foot in the mouth. It might take 4 years, it might take 5 years, it might take 6 years, it might take 10 years. But the truth is going to be revisited. And I told y'all I'm spinning that block on the truth. And if I'm wrong about anything, I'll be the first one to say I was wrong. But I ain't wrong. Watch this. Watch how this play out.
He's an actor. So it's the actor. So he's damn good at convincing people that what he's saying is real. But it's bullshit. It's straight bullshit. And he's doing everything in his power to disrupt the people that are working to get their man free. Because Kell'S Nation is coming out. It's coming out. And unfortunately, we can't rely on the United States for the goofy motherfuckers like him exist. So we put it out overseas first to get momentum and to raise money so that the states, so the goofy motherfuckers like him exist. So we put it out overseas first to get momentum. Because we can't rely on the United States for the goofy motherfuckers like him exist. So we put it out overseas first to get momentum.
Don, I thought you said you don't have none of Robert memorabilia. I thought you said that you don't have Robert music. So how you putting anything out overseas first if you don't have the music or the merchandise? But when I told people in Chicago what was going on, they act like they were so scared to approach Don. But I'm talking about all the killers, all the big dudes, all the ones that everybody's scared of. They were scared to approach Don. I told people what's going on, but they act like they were scared to go say anything. So now, pay attention, because now the truth hurts.
And to raise money so that it can go towards his defense. Period. But wait. But if you would leave it up to him, he's doing the R. Kelly defense fund. Should he have a defense? What we got to raise money, but hey, listen, he's got a law, I got. And I see that nigga buying new cars and moving and housing and all that shit. And he got a backdrops and they got a whole ball on a TV show now, whatever you call it.
Now the crazy part is this right here. They were upset about the R. Kelly Defense Fund that was going straight to Doug Anton. They convinced Will Eady and Brian Nix that I was stealing money. Well, Dana, why would you say that? Because Will Eady gave me a call one Sunday afternoon and was like, yo, what happened to Rob Money? Yo, word said that people said that you were stealing. And it was some of the same people that went back and told them all type of nefarious stuff about me. That's what led to me and Will not being cool no more. But hold on. And before I get on Will, because I got something about that too, that's coming in another day. Let's stay on topic about Don. We'll get to Will when his day comes. However, if you listen to what they saying, they talking in codes, but then they not talking in codes. So how about the defense that Don was talking about? He will mask it and say, "Oh, this is for R. Kelly a defense, and we doing this for his defense. We doing this for his defense." But that was really for Don's defense. But then I gotta ask you a cliffhanger question: did Don know something that none of us didn't know? Who was around R. Kelly talking too much? I want y'all to write that down. Who was around R. Kelly talking too much? To the point where Don was even comfortable enough to even go on social media and make mockery out of the brotherhood. Now, the true brotherhood wouldn't have stood for this. The bullcrap brotherhood is the reason why he's in jail now, along with some other folks. Let's make it make sense. But let's finish listening to what Don has to say.
But everybody else that's getting monitored income ain't blowing like he with that shit. Anybody paying that motherfucker, he got about 3,000 followers. How did he go from doing shit on his cell phone to having a whole podcast set up?
Right.
How did he do that?
Right. And then he gonna say everything he got it from the firm. Boy, the firm wasn't even out long enough, nigga. You been scamming since last year. The fuck you talking?
Exactly. He been scamming motherfuckers since the beginning. That's how he got them girls out of their money and he brought down to the meat rob. He was bringing people in the meat rob and charging them with $700 a couple of pop. Then we get you a bottle rob. He been using that.
So now I took people down to meet Rob and charged them $700 a pop. So I got Sylvia and all of them paid me $700. See how the lie grow? But because Don was the one that everybody wanted to hear from, people believed that. And the same people that Don was lying on stayed quiet. But that's all they had to say is, "Oh no, Dana ain't charged me." God rest her soul. If my sister Denise was still here, she would have put it out there. Dana ain't charged nobody. But because it was more popular to go with the liars, because they were so afraid that Don was going to sick his crew on them. One is in Bolingbrook, and the other one was connected in Texas. We know how that go. But because everybody was scared to be doxxed publicly, folks were scared to be talked about publicly. And some folks just had jobs where they ain't even want their jobs out there. They stayed quiet. Or some just joined the other side because they couldn't beat them. Or let's take it a step further. Some was already on the other side and intruded over here to create chaos. So Robert wouldn't have a defense at all. Uh-oh. Did Dana J just say that? Did Dana J just expose that? Uh-oh. Let's finish.
They're fucking wrong with. all this shit about somebody. I'm putting a lot of music out. I'm making that public. I'm telling you this right now. I'm putting this that's how he got them girls out of their money that he brought down to the meat rob. He was bringing people in the meat rob and charging them with $700 a ton of pop. He didn't get you a bottle of rob. He been using rob for fucking longer. All this shit about somebody. I'm putting a lot of music out. I'm making that public. I'm telling you this right now. I'm putting music and videos for pay. People, we need for profit. We need money for them to go toward the labor system. We have to God. He been using rob for fucking longer. All this shit about somebody. I'm putting a lot of music out. I'm making that public. I'm telling you this right now. I'm putting music and videos for pay. People, we need for profit. We need money for them to go toward the labor system. We have to all this shit about somebody. I'm putting a lot of music out. I'm making that public. I'm telling you this right now. I'm putting music and videos for pay. People, we need for profit. Music out. I'm making that public. I'm telling you this right now. We've been using rob for fucking longer. All this shit about somebody. I'm putting a lot of music out. I'm making that public. I'm telling you this right now. I'm putting music and videos for pay. People, we need for profit. All this shit about somebody. I'm putting a lot of music out. I'm making that public. I'm telling you this right now. I'm putting music and videos for pay. People, we need for profit. We need money for them to go toward the labor system. We have to. We this is high and powerful. Law firms that are ready to take on our state. We know what they're going to cost, and we have to raise money for them. The platform that I'm putting them out on, it will show how much money is coming in, and it will show the money being donated to this firm to represent his case. And it has to be done a strategic way so that the people can't come in and have liens against them and take the money. Period. Because there are a lot of liens against them. And that's why the back of the warning the state, if he gets convicted, they're going to come out for all this shit. But this goofy ass motherfucker to come with music, it's up.
So with y'all knowing that, right? My question would be, why would the so-called friends of R. Kelly, why would they allow Don Russell to do what he did to Robert?
Between me and you, the truth. And
That's my question. Why would the so-called friends allow this to happen to Robert? So we have Don on one video telling you that he don't have Rob stuff and that he would put it on any build if he did. Then we have Don in another video saying he gonna put all the Rob music out, all the videos out, full profit. That's how I'm able to tell you about the new music that's coming out. But then you have Janet Edmonds, the ghost of Sharon Wimbush, that comes out and say Dana J is putting the music out to cover for her brother Don. Well, my question would be, could there be any more layers to the story? Because Don said that him and Keith were tasked to be a unit. Don said he know the 4 people that have the codes to the storage. Well, you know the crazy part about it is Dana know the 4 people too. Oh, now the landscape changes. Who was close enough to Robert to be talking to Don to try to set up anything. Dana, you did a video that said who would benefit the most if Robert stays in jail? I see people saying Bubba and this and this. I ain't get the Bubba yet. But I'm going to play another audio. This audio is going to tell it all. Listen.
Between me and you, the truth. And the truth to everything is Don did steal those masters. He never talked to me about it. He talked to me about he had some CDs of rock.
Oh! Keith, for you to know that Don stole the masters, how you going to have a conversation with him? That's my question. How are you going to have a conversation with him? You know what? I'm going to play it one time all the way through. And then I'm going to come back and play it again. And then I'm going to debunk and I'm going to talk about some things and I'm going to ask some questions. Because I want y'all to hear this. Check it out.
Between me and you, the truth. And the truth to everything is Don did steal those masters. He never talked to me about it. He talked to me about he had some CDs of rock. The way he got them from, but he had them. And then he had some plaques. I don't know when Rob, when they were moving the studio, did he get it? But only one person had access to that source. I didn't even have access to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I never needed it because I never was going there. And then, you know what I'm saying? So after the feds went in, it wasn't no need. I got a call that they were finna fine Rob, you know what I'm saying, $7,000 because of a fire hazard. Time I went in there, and the stuff was everywhere. But the feds was breaking his awards, his clothes, and everything. They just destroyed, broke his plaques and everything, just stepping on them and all that. So the people that Rob have moving stuff, I called them to come and clean it up. So the people that Rob have moving stuff, I called them to come and clean it up. You know what I'm saying? But before they can come and clean it up, Don had went in there, but I didn't know it was Don. I only knew one person that had access to it. Well, I knew it was 4 people. But the other 3 didn't do it. I knew that Shanti was the only one. And then when the guy that owned the storage called me, I told him, I said, well, wait a minute. Let me make a phone call to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And so I called Shanti, and he's the one that Don uses to get stuff. That's how he was able to get in there. And then Don first lied and said that the entertainment attorney was there when he went in there. He said it was Durrell. That's his first lie. He simmered down on that lie. And now all of a sudden I'm hearing that I was with him. Why would I be with you? What people got to realize, I don't need Don for nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing Don can give me. For him lying, talking about some, you know what I'm saying, he was going to cut me out and all the money was going to his kids and all that, that is a lie. Because Don can't do nothing to me. He can't cut me out of nothing or put me into nothing because I don't need him for nothing. So his anger with me is that I don't talk to him. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to throw me under the bus because I'm messing up everything because I'm not talking to him. Never no $14 million deal that he brought to me and I didn't sign. You know what I'm saying? He brought Kerry Gordy to me. And Kerry Gordy wanted to give me $5 million to help Rob, but he wanted to own Rob's royalty rights. I wasn't going to do it. I'm never going to sell Rob's stuff out, never get it back. Never going to do that to him. Let's talk to him because, number one, $5 million is no money. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then he lying, talking about he stopped me from getting money and all this. It's a lie. You know what I'm saying? And then if he did all this work, then why do the entertainment attorney have to do so much work to try to receive Rob's royalties? You know what I'm saying? Rob still don't even get his royalties because his lawsuits up in there, and all these people suing him. You know what I'm saying? And they got liens on his stuff. So if he did all this work, I want to know where it's at. And I ain't got nothing against Don, but I also don't trust him. You don't trust a person, you don't need nothing against him. You just don't trust him. You just, then he had Bruce up under his wing. Bruce broke free. Then he pulled Kill up under his wing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on, man.
Get me to talk to Don. And like I said, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing against Don, but I can't trust him, so I can't fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be nice to anybody. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Rob got enough things going against him. And if I start going against people, it's gonna be like Rob going against them, which is gonna make them start flipping and going against Rob. You know what I'm saying? Even more. I don't talk to the sisters. No, I know Rob. One sister and two brothers. You know what I'm saying? That's who I know. That's who I deal with. Yeah. And then they got mad at me because of they want to know. Talking about something, they want to know where the money at. Nothing to do with you. I don't owe you nothing about no money. Man. Right. And so they mad at me because I don't talk money. I don't talk to them, period. Because I don't know them. Yeah, right. Then the dark skinned one, you know what I'm saying? I don't know the name of them. I just know light skin and dark skin. The dark skin one says that she's a producer, that she do music. You know what I'm saying? And she did this song and this, that, and that. I want you to hear it. I don't want to hear it because I'm not in this for that. It's for one person and one reason only. I don't care what people think about me. I don't care what they say about me. They only. I don't care what people think about me. None of that. They want to say about stealing some money. You would never get Jennifer if there's no money. In the stuff that they did, if there was no money. Then quiet as kept. You never get Sean if there's no money. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I talk to Sean because I have to, but I'm looking at everybody. You have that I can talk to is Devereaux and Jennifer. I don't talk to Nicole. I don't talk to Tom. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk to Calvin. You know what I'm saying? The only reason I had to talk to Calvin is because I didn't know if Jennifer was going to get that motion moved back, and we had to have a motion written by, they said, November the 1st. I had to get him to write a motion just in case. Yeah. And let Jennifer read it, and then y'all turn in that way.
Hold on. Hold on.
Me and you the truth. And the truth to everything is Don did steal those masters. He never talked to me about it. He talked to me about he had some CDs of Rock. The way he got them from, but he had them. And then he had some plaques. I don't know when they were moving the studio, did he get it? But only one person had access to that source. I didn't even have access to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I never needed it because I never was going there.
Hold on. You said you never needed the access to the storage because you was never going there. But then you turn around and contradict yourself. And because people don't know the truth, they won't call you on it, Keith. And it's heartbreaking to hear this. Because if you never had a reason to go to the storage, how did you get Rob's clothes? How did you get Rob's watches? Why would Janet call you the money man? Why would Janet post pictures of you in Rob's clothing if you never went to the storage? So that right there, something is off. And then Don come out and say, well, Keith was with me. Keith got a bunch of stuff too. Keith, you're saying that you wasn't there, but then you turn around and talk about how stuff was smashed and thrown around. How do you know if you didn't go there? That's like me saying, I've been to Mama Joanne's house and Mama Joanne's house was dirty. But I never been there. So how would I know? The only way you would know is unless you've been there, right? Let's finish. Because this is getting me upset. Let's finish.
And then, you know what I'm saying? So after the feds went in, it wasn't no need. I got a call that they were finna fine Rob, you know what I'm saying, $7,000 because of a fire hazard. Time I went in there. And the stuff was everywhere.
If you got a call, right? And if there was no need to go in there, right? If there was no need to go in there, since the feds went in there, why did you go in there? I just want you to make this make sense. If there's no need to go in there, especially since the feds been in there, why did you go in there? Hey, Thunder, why did you go in there? These are the questions that Robert, real homeboys, should be pressing you and asking you about. And the ones, yeah, the ones in Chicago, they need to be pressing you about this. Because now that they hearing it from your mouth, it ain't like it's AI. It's from your mouth of details of what's going on. Yo, I can sit here and tell you how much backlash I got. I had niggas that I was cool with, like, yo, we trust Keith, yo, because Keith been around Rob and this and this and this and this. I'm not saying don't trust Keith, but I'm also saying trust what he's saying. And if you know what a lie sound like, you should trust the fact that he's lying. That's facts. You should trust the fact you should trust the fact that Keith is lying. And he's mixing truth with lies, which makes the whole statement a lie. Now, is this fair to Robert? No. Because Robert behind the wall, he don't know what's really going on. He only know what's being told to him. Let's finish.
Where the feds was breaking his awards, his clothes and everything. They just destroyed, broke his plaques and everything, just stepping on them and all that. So
Pause. Pause. How do you know that the feds was stepping on his awards, was breaking his stuff, unless you was in there when they came in there? This is crazy. Look, y'all, don't pay that clown no attention. Don't pay that clown no attention. Let's stay focused. Because he's trying to derail. And see, and that's what the Chicago folks do. Don whole team, or they gonna try to throw a derailment. But I ain't giving them no type of win. How do you know that the feds was stepping on his awards, was breaking his plaques? Unless you was there. Unless you was there. Let's go.
People that Rob have moving stuff, I call them to come and clean it up. So the people that Rob have moving stuff, I call them to come and clean it up. You know what I'm saying? But before they can come to clean it up, Don had went in there, but I didn't know it was Don. I only knew one person that had access to it. Well, I knew it was 4 people, but the other 3 didn't do it. I knew that Shanti was the only one. And then when the guy that owned the storage called me, I told him, I said, well, wait a minute. Let me make a phone call to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And so I called Shanti, and he's the one that Don uses to get stuff.
Okay. If Shanti is the one that Don uses to get stuff, why didn't y'all report that to Robert and let Robert know? Y'all clearly can go to Robert and lie to Robert about people from the Brotherhood that was close to Robert. Y'all clearly can go to Robert and lie about Dana J. Y'all clearly can go to Robert and lie about other things. Oh, let's go deeper. Oh no, I'm gonna wait for the next one. Next segment. It's right after this one. Next segment. Going too far. So why wouldn't you let Robert know so Robert can have somebody change the passcode? So here's where I'm critically thinking. Don lied about a lot of things, but I believe Don was telling the truth when he said both of y'all was in there. Because now, Keith, you're detailing of what happened when the feds were there. How would you know unless you was there? Which piques my mind for a deeper situation. Why were you in there when the feds was there? Which gives me another question. What did you show the feds? Or what did you think? Or what did you think was in there that could have hurt Robert? But I want y'all to sit back and take this note down. Take this note down because he said that he was in the storage. Something else about to come up in the next segment that y'all gonna say, oh my God, Dana hit it on the head again. I want y'all to take that down, that he was in the storage and he said the feds were stepping on everything and this 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 and this. So why didn't the feds lock you up for being in the storage? Because I always thought when it comes to seize and search, anybody that's in that seize and search vicinity goes to jail, right? That's what I always thought. Stacey Rose, am I wrong? Prima, am I wrong? I thought when the feds come in and they seize something and they doing the search with a search warrant, anything that's in there gets locked up as well. Now, if I'm wrong, somebody tell me I'm wrong. But let's finish this out.
How he was able to get in there. And then Don first lied and said that the entertainment attorney was there when he went in there. He said it was Durrell. That's his first lie. He simmered down on that lie. And now all of a sudden I'm hearing that I was with him. Why would I be with you? What people got to realize, I don't need Don for nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing Don can give me. For him lying, talking about some, you know what I'm saying, he was going to cut me out and all the money was going to his kids and all that, that is a lie. Because Don can't do nothing to me. He can't cut me out of nothing or put me into nothing because I don't need him for nothing. So his anger with me is that I don't talk to him. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to throw me under the bus because I'm messing up everything because I'm not talking to him. never no $14 million deal that he brought to me and I didn't sign. You know what I'm saying? He brought Kerry Gordy to me. And Kerry Gordy wanted to give me $5 million to help Rob, but he wanted to own Rob's royalty rights.
Pause. Kerry Gordy wanted to give you $5 million. Is this the same $5 million that you and Janet Edmonds, aka the ghost of Sharon Winbush, was arguing about? Is this the $5 million that you allegedly received and then disappeared? I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking questions. Stacy said, have any of this stuff been confirmed? Of course it's been confirmed, but I have a question though, Stacy. Why Dana J page the only page that y'all come and ask questions and when people play recordings and audio? And when y'all go to them other folks' pages, y'all be eating it up and y'all don't ask questions. But when it come to Dana J breaking it down and exposing nothing but the truth, y'all have 900,000 questions. Why? The game of flip-flopping is over with. If y'all not gonna ask them people questions, don't ask me no. And I'm not even being rude. I'm just being blatantly honest. I have put up with this long enough. If y'all not gonna ask them other people questions, don't ask me no questions. And we gonna play this the fair way. Now back to what we was doing.
I wasn't going to do it. I'm never going to sell Rob's stuff out, never get it back. Never going to do that to him. Let's talk to him because number one, $5 million is no money. You know what I'm saying?
So $5 million ain't no money. Is it safe to say that you did or you didn't get the $5 million? Is it safe to ask that question, Keith? Did you get the $5 million or didn't you get the $5 million? That's the question. Did you get the $5 million or didn't you get, or did you not get the $5 million? And Stacy, and you're right, it is easy to sell a story on YouTube. And you're right. It is easy. That's why a lot of people was listening to the people that were selling them stories and fake recordings. But then when I drop real recordings, then all of a sudden, oh my God, here come 1,000 questions. Why? My question is this: why y'all didn't question them people that put the recordings out about me? And I'm gonna answer it for you because Dana J is the one that they told y'all to hate, and y'all couldn't think for yourself. Even some of the so-called brotherhood fed into the bullcrap. That's why I'm spinning the block. And it's making a lot of you uncomfortable. But guess what? At this point, I don't give a damn. Let's finish.
To, if you know what I'm saying? And then he lying talking about something. He stopped me from getting money and all this. It's a lie. You know what I'm saying? And then if he did all this work, then why do the entertainment attorney have to do so much work to try to receive Rob's royalties? You know what I'm saying? Rob still don't even get his royalties because his lawsuits up in there. And all these people suing him, you know what I'm saying? And they got liens on
What up, Hollywood?
on his stuff. So if he did all this work, I want to know where it's at. And I ain't got nothing against Don, but I also don't trust him. You don't trust a person, you don't need nothing against him. You just don't trust him. You just, then he had Bruce up under his wing. Bruce broke free. Then he pulled Kill up under his wing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Get me to talk to Don. And like I said, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing against Don, but I can't trust him, so I can't fuck with him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be nice to anybody. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Rob got enough things going against him. And if I start going against people, it's gonna be like Rob going against them, which is gonna make them start flipping and going against Rob. You know what I'm saying? Even more. I don't talk to the sisters. No, I know Rob. One sister and two brothers. You know what I'm saying? That's who I know. That's who I deal with. Yeah. And then they got mad at me because of they want to know. Talking about something. They want to know where the money at. Nothing to do with you. I don't owe you nothing about no money. Man. Right. And so they mad at me because I don't talk money. I don't talk to them. Period. Because I don't know them. Yeah. Right. Then the dark skinned one. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the name of them. I just know light skin and dark skin. The dark skin one says that she a producer, that she do music. You know what I'm saying? And she did this song and this, that, and that. I want you to hear it. I don't want to hear it because I'm not in this for that. It's for one person and one reason only. I don't care what people think about me. I don't care what they say about me. They only. I don't care what people think about me. None of that. They want to say about stealing some money. You will never get Jennifer if there's no money. In the stuff that they did, if there was no money. Then quiet as kept. You never get Sean if there's no money.
So you mean to tell me that y'all paid Sean to do what? To intercept mail from people that rock with Robert and to read it on the internet and to try to get me to tell everything positive about Robert and to try to get Kip to talk about everything positive. Yo, I'm lost. Because we all heard Trent say that he brought Sean in. And Trent broke it down of how it happened. I'm going to do a part 2 to that tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I talk to Sean because I have to, but I'm looking at everybody. You have that I can talk to is Devereaux and Jennifer. I don't talk to Nicole. I don't talk to Tom. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk to Calvin. You know what I'm saying? The only reason I had to talk to Calvin is because I didn't know if Jennifer was going to get that motion moved back, and we had to have a motion written by, they said, November the 1st. I had to get him to write a motion just in case. Yeah. And let Jennifer read it, and then y'all turn in that way.
Wow. I'm going to pause that because we're going to go back into it tomorrow. Because I got something else to add with that. But we're going to move forward because he mentioned Sean. And he said he really don't talk to Sean but he have to. Which leads me to a live that went something like this.
You hear us?
I can't hear anything.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear? I don't think you can hear.
What I said was because I was dead. Y'all couldn't hear me. What I said was I'm gonna pause that live and go to another live. Right? I'm gonna pause that because I'm gonna do a part 2 to that part tomorrow. But I'm gonna go to another live today. Since they mentioned Sean, we're gonna listen to some stuff. Check this out.
Hear us, but we can hear you.
And
I know.
Brandon, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you, Don.
Exactly. You can't lie on somebody.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah, I can hear now.
Okay,
You can hear us
that's
now,
why
and
Doug
dealing with
Anton
Bozo.
everybody said they heard you, Sean. But I'm saying Doug Anton was fired because he never gave R. Kelly that money, period.
Right.
Well, I
That
can't
doesn't
confirm
surprise
that.
me.
I can't
I'm
confirm
saying
that.
that. I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I can't confirm that. I don't know why Doug was
But
let go.
people think that they can
I do
speak
know
on
he
you,
was
Sean,
doing
and you ain't gonna pop up and say
improper
nothing.
practices. I do know that. What
What
Doug was
happened?
doing was I mean it's not
Yeah.
illegal, but that was definitely attorney client privilege that he was violating.
Yep.
I will say that. Because he was violating R. Kelly's rights
Uh-huh.
by
Well,
dealing
I'm
with
gonna I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you
Bozo.
this. I know one thing that happened when there was a point where uh I made mention to some attorneys when they call me, they call me. I'm not gonna say any names, but I was contacted like late at night by a male and a female attorney, and
The male and female attorney was Thomas out of New York and Nicole Blank Becker.
they were basically chastising me
The attorney is Thomas out of New York and Nicole Blank Becker that called him.
about um about Mr. Jackson, about me going, with this defense fund stuff. And they called me and I responded to them. And one of the things that I told them was that it wasn't good that that Mr. Jackson was so uh in tune or in line and being provided with information regarding the case.
Mhm.
And I brought it to their attention that I heard, that I was informed. I didn't know how true it was, but I was informed, and I heard statements that there were attorneys that was on the team that was going to show Mr. Jackson or share with Mr. Jackson some court documents
Mhm.
regarding the case, and that they was going to bring him to New York and share information with him regarding the case.
You can't go and you can't see see and see this would kill me. You can't go discretionary with it. The other people that told you that are the same people that's on the live with you. And you took it and ran with it because you was led to believe that I was the enemy. See how this go? So in other words, everybody that was screaming free R. Kelly was nothing but there to try to hurt or to kill R. Kelly's case. Let's finish.
And
That's true.
well, I brought it to their attention. And so, when you call me at 11 o'clock at night, call yourself chastising me regarding this guy. I told them, what I felt was necessary for them to know, and I shared the same information with Mr. Kelly. So whether there was decisions made based on that information, I can neither confirm nor deny. But all I know is
Right.
my responsibility to bring that information to them.
Right. You're just telling us from your what happened with you from your perspective and what you did at your capacity, basically. And
Hmm.
I respect that, because you did what you could, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
Hmm. And there was other
Flat out
things that
insane.
I shared with Mr. Kelly, and
Hey,
and
Sean, I want to ask this
yeah,
question. Did R.
yeah.
Kelly himself talk to you and say, find out how he can get the money from the defense fund?
What happened?
Was there, I'm just asking, was there any way that he asked, could he get that money from the defense fund that he never got?
No, he just wanted to know where was it because he didn't see any of it, and
Right.
he
That's
heard
all.
about it being
That's all.
collected. but he never saw any of it, and he didn't know, he wanted to know where was it and where did it go,
So he
you know.
never received that money.
No, no,
Oh wow.
Wow. And now,
and
did he initially know, Sean? Did he
and
know
we also
who
asked, and we
created this
also hold
fund?
on, and we
Okay, go ahead.
also
Go ahead.
asked for the accounting of the money and for all monies to be transferred to his attorneys, and a couple of attorneys requested that all monies that was donated. And to my knowledge, based on conversation that I had, that money was not received.
Now let's put facts where it must go. The two attorneys that he's talking about is Scholar and Canick. Canick never requested anything, neither did Scholar. But Sean went on behalf of them to get an audit and tried to get the money from Doug Anton. And Doug Anton told him, no, he's not giving no money to him in reference to R. Kelly. The lawyers can come and get it because all the money is there. Let's make it make sense. And I get it. Jealousy tendencies. Dana J, the man that got to get out the way, because if Dana's not there, the scamming continues hard, and R. Kelly don't know a damn thing. And R. Kelly, right hand man, is allowing it to go on. Now, before people jump in here talking about whoever took the money is still sitting there. And Doug has told y'all that many a times. Let's finish.
Wow.
Wow. Somebody in the
Wow.
chat said they donated 1,100 to that defense fund.
That's correct. And so Sean, let me ask you this.
Somebody said they donated $1,100, right? Okay. I wonder, where did $1,100 go? Because there's only 10,000 in the account. So could that 1,100 be part of this 10,000? Now make this make sense. Why nobody of power asked Doug for that money? Make it make sense. And you heard Keith say he paid everybody off. You and you heard Keith say that, including Sean. But let's finish listening to this because this is interesting.
Did he know who initially started this fund? Like, was he aware of R. Kelly? Meaning R. Kelly, was he aware that
Hmm.
a defense fund was starting, like initially when it first started? And did he know
So I
who
wasn't
was
around
like
when
starting?
it was initially started. So
Okay, yeah,
when it
that's right.
was
You weren't. You
initially
weren't.
started, but he has knowledge. He had
He
knowledge
has
of it
knowledge.
though.
Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Wow.
That's
That-
So Sean said he wasn't around, but he did say that Rob had knowledge of it, right? So I have one question to ask. Are y'all gonna go live and say, Dana J, we owe you an apology, and for saying that you started a defense fund without Rob knowledge? I'm just saying, because truth to be told, they got Sean looking bad out here, all behind lies. And I told you I'm gonna come with the truth. They got this man looking totally bad out here. And it's crazy because instead of getting both sides of the story, you get one side and run with it, and because you hate the other person. And the reason why you really hate the other person is because the other person can be brought, manipulated, or or controlled. See, money don't move me. I move money. So let's finish.
Okay. If he, if he
Don,
were,
your phone is
if he
messing up.
decided
Don, your
to,
phone is messing up.
uh,
I
Yeah,
promise you that's what he said. That's
yeah.
what he was talking about.
Visited Mr. Kelly
Yeah,
several
that's what
times,
he was
and
talking. Levi was like going back and forth, and you went to Chicago and did that pop up, and you went to go see R. Kelly.
so that's when I went because I visited Mr. Kelly
Yeah,
several
that's what
times
he was
in
talking about.
Chicago.
Yeah, that's the part I was
Yeah.
playing for you when he said he knew you was there.
No, don't nobody know my travel movements except
Listen,
besides my
listen.
wife.
I
Yeah,
promise you that's what he said. That's
yeah.
what he was talking about. He said that's why you stopped saying anything about it because he knew you went to Chicago.
Nobody knew I went to Chicago.
right.
Don't nobody know my
How would
movements
he
unless
know
I
that?
let them know. Yeah, nobody knows. Only my wife knows. You
Yeah,
know,
he trying to say he knew.
and the only reason why they knew I was there was because I went live on I think it was Angie Walker's page. I think it was Angie
Okay.
Walker's page because Angie Walker was talking about it. So I
And
came
she popped
outside.
on.
I came outside the MDC and or the MCC, and all my phones and everything, all my property is locked up when I go in there. So I wasn't able to bring those devices in. So I come outside, I turn my stuff on, and I became aware of the live that uh that Levi said that he had just talked to him. And I was like, well, how did he just talk to him when I was in the room with him and he don't have no phone in there? So, I was like, and the only reason why I went live was to show that I was there, you
Mm-hmm.
know? Like the MCC is right
Wow.
behind me. You
Yeah.
understand? So I just
You
came
went
out.
But hold on. You're a PI, Sean. Why do it matter to anybody if you at MDC or not? That's what a lot of real law enforcement have a problem with. You don't got to show when you working. But it just seemed like you did it to appease the people that you were cool with and that your wife is cool with. And that's not PI work. If I was to talk to you, I would ask you, what did you do to progress anything from Mr. Kelly being vindicated? And I know the truth. So you wouldn't be able to lie to me. I know the truth. I mean, this is just crazy. And I ain't know all this was in there. I mean, I was sent the clip, but I ain't know all this was in there. Like, wow, this is wild.
live and you showed it. Yeah, you went live and
Yeah.
showed it.
So, I just came out. So, how you on the phone with him and I was just in there with him physically,
Yeah.
you know?
And FYI
Right.
for
It's
people that's
impossible.
new to
That's
my chat,
literally
the people that
impossible.
hold on, Dom. People that's new to my chat, Sean Harris was the PI on R. Kelly's case. That's why he's up here. Just
So I got a question. Right? You went live on Angie Walker page to show that Levi wasn't talking to Rob because you was in there, right? Watch this. What point was that to prove if it wasn't for you all or you linking up with people trying to deter people away from people pages who claim or was for Rob at that time and still is for Rob? This what I mean when I say craziness. What point do you have to prove? You don't have, man, you was getting paid, bro. And when I came out and said you was getting paid, you brushed it off like, no, I'm not. No, you was getting paid. And Keith just said it in the audio.
So y'all know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Chime in,
Tawana
investigator, for people who don't
said,
know what that means.
Mrs. Sean Harris, I have receipts to prove that I have donated to the defense fund. But did you click the link when Sean came back here and said anybody who donated, y'all need to send me some receipts and all this other stuff because they were investigating the bozo.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Right.
That was a
Yeah,
while
that's
Can't
what I
ago.
just
said.
say
It was a
Like I
while ago.
created
So
a
did you?
webpage.
Right.
Now watch this. Watch this. They was investigating the bozo, right? Now watch this. What could Sean Harris, Blockbender, and the rest of them people do to me that the feds couldn't do? I'm gonna ask that question again. What could Sean Harris and Blockbender and the rest of his crew do to me that the feds couldn't do? Because what they didn't tell Sean is that the feds had already came and snatched up my computer and everything. They was ready to hit me with fraud. They was ready to hit me with theft by ticket through, and they was ready to hit me with it through an internet commerce or foreign commerce, which is through the internet. But they couldn't find nothing because I didn't do nothing. This is why I say what I say. This is not the season of going back or getting get backs. This is the season of suing. I've been slandered. I've been talked about. I've been lied on. So it feels good to play vindication truth. Because now you can't debunk it. These are these people's words. Let's finish.
I created a webpage for
Yeah.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
Did y'all donate? Did
Now,
y'all like go on that link and tell Sean, hey, here go my receipt.
Yeah.
I donated. If you say you donated 1,100 and you ain't and
You
R.
got to
Kelly
show a
saying
that
he
should
ain't
receipt.
be
never seen
proven.
it, you have
Yeah.
to prove that to him.
Yeah. You got to show. You got to
Right.
show like
Right. And you
your
should have a
PayPal
receipt, a
receipt
cash
or
app,
whatever.
anything.
Yeah. Anything. You got to show that.
Anything. Now,
Yeah.
Sean, Debo is asking.
Exactly,
Who?
Queen Bree.
He said, "Why was there
Dom,
only
you
six?"
breaking up. Dom, you breaking up. Wherever you at, you
You
breaking
breaking
up.
up, Dom?
Okay, well, you asked him the question about the 6 witnesses. Debo saying, "What? Why was there only witnesses?"
Oh, during the case? Why was the only because you got to
I,
realize a lot of people didn't want to
yeah,
be involved. And it's also you had a lot of people that provided information to the government. That the government interviewed. There was people that had personal gripes against him. There were people that felt that they were wronged by him, financially or whatever. So if it's not beneficial to the defense, first of all, let me rewind. It's the burden is on the prosecution to prove their case. All right. You don't have to, the defense doesn't have to put any witnesses
right.
up there. You understand? And there was a lot of people that we spoke to that there's two things. If you're not beneficial as a witness, you can say things that benefit the defense, but if you have things that's in your past that the prosecution is going to use to discredit you, or you provided information, you were one of their witnesses, because they interviewed a lot of people, the prosecution. So if they wasn't going to use them, why would we use them? And like I said, the whole thing is you could put on one witness. And during the trial, for those that were there, the biggest thing was the majority of the prosecution's witnesses was when we read back their statements to them, they said that they never made those statements to the government. You understand? So their statements were inconsistent.
Wow.
Their
So the
testimony
government
was inconsistent with the statements that they
on their
provided to the
statements.
government. So their testimony was inconsistent. So that's why when the attorneys were cross-examining them, they would say, well, didn't you tell the government this? Didn't you tell them that? And we were getting that from the statements. And they were like, no, I never said that to the government. So the
Mm-hmm.
common theme was, so who's lying? Were you lying then or are you lying now? And part of the summation
Yep.
was, who are we to believe? The government or these witnesses?
Right.
You understand? And a lot of the
They, they,
witnesses gave inconsistent statements and not being able to be believed. So one of them was I wanted a different line of questioning for one of the witnesses that was the first or second witness. I think it was like the first that was pregnant. So
Which goes to show when he said he wanted a different line of questioning, and which goes to show that some of them folks only was coming in to get information from me. And like I told everybody, they had Canic use a different realm of questions other than what I provided. Because like I said, if they would have left R. Kelly defense alone, Rob wouldn't have did not one day past his trial. And he would have had a clean sweep. But everybody wanted to come in and make sure that Robert stayed in jail. So when Canic went with a different line of questioning, via Sean and his crew, which had something to do with the scam likely crew, there's nothing more I can say. I did what I came to do. And I'm still going to continue to fight. Even though now it's a steep uphill battle. Most of them people came, got paid, lied, got drunk, left, and gone. I can't get mad at that. I can get mad at the people that sat and believed him.
and I'm gonna bring Randa in on this now.
so
So
so the
as a
Mexican
woman,
girl. You
no,
talking
no,
about
no,
the Mexican
listen,
girl?
listen.
Oh,
There was one that was pregnant, all right, and they brought her in because she was due to have her baby any day,
Yeah.
all right. So the reason why I said I'm gonna bring Randa in on this is because that witness said that Mr. Kelly gave her herpes.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So the reason why I say Randa, you should know this. Any woman knows that if you're giving birth, right? If you're pregnant, you can't have a natural birth if you've been diagnosed with herpes. You understand? Because then you could pass it on to the baby. They have
Right.
to do a C-section.
Right.
You understand? So a C-section has to be scheduled. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. Unless they
Yeah.
not having an outbreak during that time frame.
Yeah, but you basically you have a C-section that's scheduled.
You don't want
You
nothing to
understand?
pass on to that baby.
Yeah, you're not having natural childbirth.
Hold on, y'all. If he's
Hey, no,
working
all
for
right.
you
R.
think you
Kelly
think you're
and he's
so
working
basically
for
what
the
you're saying, Sean, is
attorney,
that Anton
hold on, Dom.
told him not
Dom,
to.
Yeah, hold on. And then I
hold on.
called the
If you're
attorney
working for the
and I said,
attorney,
yo, this
why
dude
would
just told
he not
me
want to
that you
speak to
said
you?
don't talk. No, I'm not saying that because I don't know the authenticity of it. I
Nah,
don't trust
yeah,
these
yeah, yeah.
guys.
I gotta say that because
I don't
Bo's
trust
gonna
these
take your
guys.
word. He gonna take your words and run with
Nah,
it and say
nah.
it.
If it's not beneficial to the defense, first of all, let me rewind. It's the prosecution's, the burden is on the prosecution to prove their case. All right. You don't have to, the defense doesn't have,
Repeat that. You said he would do what?
he was sing when he first
Oh, right,
starts
right, right, right,
talking to
right, right,
somebody
right,
on the
right.
phone.
And you
So
can't,
that way
right.
he'll,
Okay.
nah. We barely talk about that dude, man. Because he's irrelevant. I told y'all that plenty of times before that he's gonna show the person that is me.
Right.
You know what I'm
There's no
saying?
Yes,
disputing that.
Yeah.
Yep,
he
that's
has
true.
done
I
that on
forgot.
multiple
That
phone
was the
calls.
signature. And then
Hmm.
remember when he would write letters, he would put the little piano on it
Yeah.
Yeah.
or whatever. That was like his
Yeah.
other little signature when he was writing letters. But yeah, no,
Hmm.
you're right. Every phone call he
But
always
the only thing is,
sings.
no, it's not
Yeah.
every phone call. Like the
Or a
personal
lot of them.
ones, like he ain't never sing to me.
Right,
understand
right.
what
Because
I'm
I
talking
know
about?
that.
You know
We
what I'm
know
saying?
that.
there's no
You know?
reason to, because
Yeah, yeah.
you guys know
I know that. Yeah.
who's on the phone.
But I'm just saying,
Right.
whenever he's talking to certain people, like if he's talking to them for the
Sean,
first time or whatever, he'll
Sean,
straight. Yeah.
Pat said, did Sean receive payment for his service? When did he finish his investigation for R. Kelly?
Did I receive payment? Yes, I
Yeah, they
received
said,
payment.
did you receive
I
payment
get
for
I
your
get paid.
services?
I get paid from the attorneys.
And then they said, when did he?
Hold on. You got paid from the attorneys. But Keith said if there was no money, Sean wouldn't have got paid, which means that it came from R. Kelly and not the attorneys. Woo. So then we go over to another audio. Y'all know I'm just passing right along, Just, y'all know I'm just passing right along, just showing y'all what's really going on. But part two.
Do y'all think? But see, Debo, this is my thing, right? I do feel that R. Kelly has to take accountability.
Hold on.
Hey, one Pat, I'm
Ultimately,
up.
exactly. You can't,
And I think
Because he knew I knew that he was up there. Because I got the call while he was there.
Yeah. Uh huh.
hold on.
Cause I asked Mr. Anton to call him.
So while y'all want to run with something,
Okay, go ahead, Sean.
Yeah. So I went to Doug Anton's office to inquire about the defense fund. All right.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You did what, Sean? But I thought Dana was a liar. Hold on.
so while y'all want to run with something,
Okay, go ahead, Sean.
Yeah. So I went to Doug Anton's office to inquire about the defense fund. All right. And he showed me
Mm-hmm.
some, we tried to pull it up and we couldn't go back to the beginning. So he pulled it up on the computer, the PayPal account, but we couldn't see everything. And he said that he had some checks still that he didn't deposit. So while we was there, I asked him to call, and he called them. And basically, I told him to call him because that was around the time also that that I'm trying to figure out how to say it. So that's when excuse me, yeah. So that's when Mr. Jackson stated on one of his lives to tell my wife to put his dick in her mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So I went over there and I talked to Mr. Anton about that also. Um, because I wanted to address that. That was one of the biggest things I wanted to address with Mr. Jackson. So because I felt that was highly disrespectful, and my wife told me don't put hands on him. So I tried another route, and I tried to get a mediator to discuss that, but it wasn't that he was right, you know. And then after that, I just left it alone because there was so much bullshit going on with the defense fund, and it
Absolutely.
seemed like I was the only one that was
Trying to get answers
addressing
for
it.
you.
Yeah, and because Rob wanted me to look into it,
Mm-hmm.
so you know,
Did you ever
but
get any answers from it?
no, no. Like I said, we went back. He tried to he pulled up his PayPal account, but he couldn't go all the way back to the beginning from when it was set up.
Well, they
So
played a video out here where he said that he actually set the PayPal account up himself
who?
until he handed it over Dana. Until he
Yeah,
handed
yeah,
it over
yeah,
to
yeah. He
Doug
pulled it up. He put it together, and then he talked to um Steve about it,
Mm-hmm.
and and then he turned it over to Mr. Anton.
Mm-hmm.
What?
You know, so from what I
No, that's not how it worked. That's a lie. That's not how it happened. But continue. No, that's not how it worked. That's not how it happened. But okay, continue.
I got from Mr. Anton is like, nobody told Dana to set it up.
Oh,
But
well,
but you know what, to me, the reason why I ain't
And that's a lie too. See, here we go.
been saying nothing, because that's old news. Because I'm not gonna keep racking my brain about shit that don't nobody else care about. You understand?
That's exactly what I
And
said. You know,
I don't know
it's
why
been
he's
almost
still,
7 years.
addressing this stuff. And I told him, I told a lot of people that they needed to disassociate themselves from him, and they didn't. So that's why some people are in the predicament that they're in now.
yeah.
And the whole thing at the end of the day, Rob never got that money.
He
You know,
never got that
he
money
never
from
got
the
the
this
money from the
so-called
defense fund.
defense fund, right?
His attorneys was, wondering also, but like I said, everybody just left it alone. It was like, to them it was no big deal, but to me, it mattered because I got a lot of calls and emails and
Yeah,
stuff
because a
from
lot of
people
people
that
was trying to send
donated,
money to
and they
that
want to know
defense
where their
fund.
money went.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah,
you guys
that's
still there?
crazy, man, because that was a huge thing. You know, that was a real
No, I
big
can't
thing
hear
around
you.
the whole R. Kelly.
Can you hear
Can you
us,
hear me better
Sean?
now, or
I don't think he
can
could
y'all
hear
hear
us.
me in the chat?
Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you, Dom, but I don't think
I can
Sean
hear
can
you.
hear
Hold
us.
on.
Yeah, I don't think
Brandon, I
Sean can
can't
hear
hear
us.
you.
All
Can you
right,
hear
can
me?
you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Let me see.
Maybe I'll go out and come. I have to go out and come back in.
Can't hear anything.
Yeah. Hey, he ain't
They
think
said
I.
Basically sat up there and forced or coerced one of the witnesses to say that one of the government witnesses was 17 allegedly when she had sex with her client, and that she contracted herpes from her client. How is that beneficial to your client?
it's not at
How is
all.
it beneficial to your client when the judge is ready to go on an afternoon break, but you're in a rush to get this in there, to get this on the record? How are you working for your client?
Now, did Ann Donnelly
Even
tell?
the judge was saying, like, listen, let's go on break. No, 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 Your Honor. I would like to finish this. I can finish this.
Did Ann Donnelly recommend to R. Kelly to take his time and look at certain attorneys on his team?
That came up during the what do you call that again?
Curcio.
The Curcio, yeah, the Curcio hearing. I was there that day. It was on a Thursday. I remember, because she sent him back there like 4 times with his court-appointed attorney,
Now, when a Curcio
basically
hearing,
saying, "Hold on," but that was for the conflict of interest.
hmm
All right, the
how
Curcio
long do
hearing.
those normally take?
All right. So she sent him back there 4 times and basically told this man, like, listen, if you keep that attorney, she's gonna put her best interest ahead of yours.
Mm.
All right. And that if you keep her, you cannot come back later and claim ineffective counsel.
She told him that.
Told him that. Want to keep her. And that was in
So
my opinion, that was one of the biggest problems during the trial.
now, let me ask you this, because I know you done been in multiple courtrooms and shit like that. When a judge recommends something like that and then you keep her, do you think that make the judge mad because she tried to low key give you
No,
advice that she can't give
nope,
you?
nope. I don't think that makes her mad. I think it was like, oh well, I tried to tell you, I tried to inform you the best way I can without, you know, you know, basically telling you what to
Why did
do.
she go 10 years outside of the
She made it
guideline?
very clear too.
You
She
know,
made it very
I don't
clear.
know. I don't know why she did that.
She went
I
10
don't
years
know.
outside the guideline. Now, on the day that she went 10 years outside of the guidelines, the first thing she did that morning was ban me from the courthouse, even though I was in MCC Chicago.
Hmm.
So I was on her mind.
They didn't want you to
I don't
come
know.
up there.
I can't speak for her, But all I know is, like I remember one other thing that took me that and what was crazy is people, my wife tells me all the time because I'm younger than most, that they don't value my opinion, you know. And I was there that day when the government in their closing argument stated that um the actions didn't have to be criminal. It could be immoral. You could convict him on immoral acts, not criminal acts. And people telling me that I don't know, oh, they didn't say that. I
They
know they
said
said
that.
that. They said that. And because I stood up in there in the room and I said,
And once again, I was the first one to come to YouTube and tell them that. But I was told, well, Dana J lying. They wouldn't say that. So now it's being regurgitated again. Make it make sense.
well, what the fuck are we doing in a criminal court trying somebody for immoral acts?
Mm.
How do you bring somebody to trial for immoral acts?
Now, the white dude that was on R. Kelly's team, did he have alcoholic problems or something?
I don't know.
Because I read an article where they were
I
saying
don't
that
know.
he was a binge drinker.
I don't know.
Okay.
You know. But I'm just saying, like, it's little
Huh.
stuff like that. That's it. That's what you fight during an appeal. All right. And I was there that day for the appeal.
So that was
And it's
prejudice.
like,
Did the
yeah,
jury hear that?
yeah.
Oh, that
It
was
was
prejudice
given
to
to
the
the
jury.
jury.
Okay, that was prejudice to the jury.
Yeah.
That's no different than coming in the courtroom with
That's
handcuffs
what you
on.
fight. That's what you fight.
What up, CT?
So now you're saying after you got beat during the trial, in so many words, in my opinion, you got beat during the trial. All right. That yeah, you don't have to convict him on criminal acts. It could be immoral acts.
Why did they get away with him being a one man enterprise?
Yeah.
Because it take,
They
according to the law, two or more.
no. They didn't have him as a one man enterprise. That's why they had all those people up there.
Oh, because they
That's
did
why
come
they
in with
had
like
them.
50 people.
Yeah, yeah. But they did. But this was not the traditional RICO case. You know what I'm saying? And you
This
got to
was an
realize that
experiment.
RICO, yeah. And I told people that before. I said this was the template. You see, they went after Diddy with a
Mm-hmm.
RICO.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I said this is going to be the template to go after others.
Once again, after Dana J made that known. But let's finish.
I'm telling you, they're gonna they because they said that Rob's music career was a front for the enterprise.
Now, why did
Sean,
Diddy get found not guilty for RICO, but R. Kelly did?
Because there's not no RICO.
yeah, that's not no Rico.
That's why.
That's not no Rico.
And did he listen? All right.
Could he
And
That's
use
what I was
Diddy
gonna
he
say. That
has
case?
an
was R. Kelly's
attorney.
main
He has
problem.
an attorney
He don't
team.
listen to nobody.
He has a team of attorneys that work together,
Can he use
not
Diddy case?
working.
Wait a minute. Am I sitting here listening to the so-called R. Kelly supporters talk about R. Kelly with the PI? Let's listen.
That's what I
Use
He
was gonna
Diddy
has he
say. That
has
case?
an
was R. Kelly's
attorney.
main
He has
problem.
an attorney
He don't
team.
listen to nobody.
He has a team of attorneys that work together,
Can he use
not
Diddy
working
case
against each other. No,
for
no,
case law? No, nowhere in arguments
no.
for an appeal. You can't reference.
Yo, when the appellate judge is trying to get the attorney to to go give them a hint to look at the closing arguments, the jury instructions, and they on something else. Yo, you got judges that be trying to give these attorneys
I'm
hints,
glad you brought that up because
and they not.
Bunjean did get snappy during the oral argument. She did get a little snappy with the
Did you
appellate.
listen to the oral arguments?
Yeah, she got a little snappy back with
All
them.
right, but did you hear the judge? Did you pay attention to when the judge was saying? So
He
are
can
you
get more
arguing
time
with
than
jury
this.
instruction? No. Are you arguing jury instruction?
Oh yeah, he did say that.
He said that multiple times.
Yeah, she never took it.
Thank you. And you don't have to go to 4 years or 8 years of law school, whatever, to understand that. You don't.
This whole thing was now they hate on Jennifer Bonjean because she came to take over what they didn't do. But let's finish.
I'm gonna get off here, Sean. I tried to
Yeah.
ask you all the questions that I know the
Yeah.
people wanted to ask you, man. You over there glowing up, no Diddy, man. You over there
Uh-huh.
glowing up, Sean. You look like you ready to slide through the chimney with the Christmas presents, man. You sliding through chimneys with the Christmas present? Where he go? I'm the only one on here.
I mean,
We don't leave cookies and milk for Santa now. No more
Yeah.
cookie and milk. It's
Yeah.
3 5s and cut water.
Oh, that's what it is? All right. Yeah.
I don't think you could trick me though, Sean. If you was undercover, I don't think you could trick me though.
I don't go undercover. I
Yeah,
don't
you
need to
too
be
polished.
undercover.
You too polished. You couldn't
Yeah.
trick me, man.
Mm-mm. Nope. Nah.
But no, look, Sean and
Yeah.
Debo, be honest. Do y'all think that? And I know it's hard to tell, but I'm talking about Nicole now, attorney Nicole. Do you think that her and R. Kelly may have been, messing around at
Inappropriate
some point
relationship?
and
Yeah.
I don't
inappropriate
know.
relationship? Not only that, and
I don't know.
also, or do you think that she was trying to do that and that's why she she wanted to stay there so
No.
bad?
I don't know. I
Mm-mm.
can't comment on that stuff.
No.
Okay,
I would say
I
that
think
she
you
was
would.
a fan
Go ahead.
and that Israel went off.
She,
And
man,
thank you, Sean, for coming up here and
go
addressing
ahead.
it. Thank you, Sean, for coming up here and
Go
addressing
ahead,
it.
Randall.
No.
Well, when situations like that come up, there's always consequences and repercussions, right? Especially when it comes against me. With that being said, I'm going to rewind. I'm going to take you back for a second. Because now I'm going to go back into time. And I'm going to play an audio for you. A lot of people looked at this and laughed. But I titled the audio, The Night Keith Took Their Side. And when most people look at it, they be like, Dana, what is this about? Why is the title there? I went on a rant because the letters that Choke No Joke was reading was the letters when Rob got locked up in 2002 when they transported him from Disneyland to Chicago. I told Keith those letters, Rob didn't put all that stuff in there. A lot of them letters was incomplete when Choke No Joke got them letters. So then I started asking questions. How did Choke get the letters? If Keith, if you didn't give it to him, if Don didn't give it to him, if Donnie Lyles didn't give it to him, and if Santee ain't give it to him. Y'all remember earlier, it was only 4 people that got codes to the storage. So Keith, if you didn't give it to him, if Don didn't give it to him, if Donnie Lyles didn't give it to him, and if Santee ain't give it to him, then how did he get Rob letters? But when I'm putting an end to the money pot, because Choke was reading them, Choke was getting money and giving it to Sean, his wife, and Keith, and everybody else. This is the backlash I got from Keith. This is when I discovered it's a lot of bullshit in the camp.
Hello?
Hello, can I speak to Sharon Monet?
Hello?
Hello, can I speak to Sharon Monet?
Daniel? Here he goes. There you go right there, Keith.
Okay, what am I sabotaging, Sharon Monet? Sabotaging Sharon Monet. What am I sabotaging, Sharon Monet? What am I sabotaging, Sharon Monet?
Chill out, bro. So nobody knows what's going on. Everybody is making comments about shit that don't nobody know what it is. Just leave that shit alone. Because whatever Rob decides to do, he has a right to do.
Facts.
Because it's him.
Facts.
If nobody's sitting in that cell with him, ain't nobody doing nothing to him. Ain't nobody putting no money for him to do. He has a right to do.
Facts. 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 Facts.
Because it's him. He go right there, Keith.
Okay, I'm right here. What am I sabotaging, Sharon Monet? So with that being said, right? With that being said, I was told that I was talking bad about Keith on the audio. I'm still waiting for the audio because it's from 2000 and this audio is supposed to have been from 2021. I'm still waiting on the audio, but can't nobody produce an audio of me talking bad about Keith. But you can produce an audio of me protecting Keith. So all these audios were supposed to have been said that I did this, I did that, and Keith believed them and started putting bad bones out on me behind the scenes. Multiple people confronted Keith about if he had an issue with me. He told me no. He told them no. But continued to put bad bones about me to these same people. Never could produce an audio or video of me supposed to be dogging Keith or anything. But I became the enemy because Keith, along with Will, along with others, believed these so-called people because they seen me and these people together, whether it's on live or at a rally. But what people don't understand is that things change in between time. And that's why you need all sides of the story. So after hearing Sean's side of the story, I needed Keith's side of the story. And Keith's side of the story went something like this.
It's true, but no attorney or nobody even knew. You know what I'm saying? Well, maybe Rob didn't go to the attorney here. He went through Sean to get it. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Because Sean knows. I'm just being honest. He knows how this shit goes. If you got some shit, you run it through the attorney and let the attorney decide what should happen. He didn't do that his end. He went to do what he did. Why you have the attorneys to handle it? Because he is hired by the attorney. And he's supposed to be the investigator. You can't I can't terminate people unless Rob wants them terminated. I only talk to Rob when he calls me. I do it through. And so when I reached out to Devereaux about everything, we have a thing for today. Everybody is on it. Devereaux and because I sent them a copy of what was done already. I sent each one of them his thing because I had them to send it to me. I had Sean to send his interviews to me, and I sent them to Devereaux Bargene. And so I'm doing my part with getting it to the attorneys, letting them cipher through this and figure out, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you that the letters is what the letters is. I haven't seen them, so I can't 100% nobody would know this thing but him. Not in no detail. Lots of stuff that was in detail. I mean, I haven't even listened to all of it. I'm just telling you that as of what I heard, the letters is real. Yes, if I I have not seen the actual letter. You get that? And but I heard until today, I'm gonna talk to Devereaux. You know what I'm saying? Until I find out from Devereaux, I'm not 100 on nothing until he's gonna tell me the truth, and Sean's gonna have to produce the letter. Investigator can go and visit him whenever he make appointments. You know, I don't know that part. See, but what I am quite sure of, as him being an investigator, he can go in there with papers. And all of that. Because if you're the investigator, you can be giving him things to investigate because he works for the it's true, but no attorney or nobody even knew. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Rob didn't go over his attorney here. He went through Sean to get it. Maybe you know what I'm saying? Because Sean knows. I'm just being honest. He knows how this shit goes. If you got some shit, you run it through the attorney and let the attorney decide what should happen. He didn't do that his end. He went to do what he did. Why you have the attorney to handle it because he is hired by the attorney and he's supposed to be the investigator. You can't I can't terminate people unless Rob wants them terminated. I only talk to Rob when he
Wait a minute. 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 He's hired through the attorneys. Which I would say that's a lie. I, I'm I'm so stuck with the situation that it's crazy because the cover up is so real. So now you're trying to say that Sean is hired through the investigator. And that's all you got to do is go to the attorneys, right? So my question would be to you, Keith, how did Sean get paid? Because you made a statement and you said if it wasn't no money, there wouldn't be no Sean. So hold on. Because I want to make sure that Sean came through the attorneys. When there's audio that says this.
At that point, once I got in contact with them in A1 investigation, I connected them to Lisa Kelly. That unfortunately at this time they called Terry, I forgot her last name, but she go by Small Fry. And I went to school, I'm sorry, not I went to school, but I know her daughter Lachey because we used to work at this company called West Asset Management. which was like a loss mitigation department for Wells Fargo back in 2009. So, we connected, long story short. R. Kelly called Terry one day and he said, I love what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. Get in touch with my sisters, Lisa and Cassandra. When Terry told me this, I connected him. We connected with Sean. Sean put together a preliminary report.
Hold on.
At that point,
Hold on. But I thought Sean came through the lawyers. Sean came through YouTube bloggers that was connected to Lisa and Cassandra. Now it makes sense. You was the one, Sean, that advised them to disassociate with me. And they followed your footsteps, which led to you being introduced to R. Kelly, not the lawyers. Which also, Canick was already sitting on the wayside for a whole year to get on the case. Which means that Keith, you've been had connections with Sean. And y'all been was doing business together. So why denounce Sean now? Let's listen to that again.
once I got in contact with them, MA1 Investigations, I connected them to Lisa Kelly. That unfortunately at this time, they called Terry, I forgot her last name, but she go by Small Fry. And I went to school, I went to school, but I know her daughter, Lachey, because we used to work at this company called West Asset Management, which was like a loss mitigation department for Wells Fargo back in 2009. So, we connected, long story short. R. Kelly called Terry one day and he said, I love what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. Get in touch with my sisters, Lisa and Cassandra. When Terry told me this, I connected him. We connected with Sean. Sean put together a preliminary report.
Man, listen. Man, listen. When I tell you this whole thing was janky and it had to go like it went because it had to be behind my back. Because at the end of the day, certain stuff I wouldn't stand for. So I get it. The same people that I introduced to Rob are the same people that cut my back to make sure they stay in the good graces of Rob. But I'm going to play this last one more time and then we getting up out of here. I want y'all to pay attention to what he keeps saying. Tell me if it makes sense. Or is it just me?
It's true, but no attorney or nobody even knew. You know what I'm saying? Well, maybe Rob didn't go over his attorney here.
What up, Jason?
He went through Sean to get it. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Because Sean knows. I'm just being honest. He knows how this shit goes. If you got some shit, you run it through the attorney and let the attorney decide what should happen. He didn't do that his end. He went to do what he did. Why you have the attorney to handle it? Because he is hired by the attorney. and he's supposed to be the investigator. You can't, I can't terminate people unless Rob wants them terminated. I only talk to Rob when he calls me. I do it through. And so when I reached out to Devereaux about everything, we have a thing for today. Everybody is on it. Devereaux, and because I sent them a copy of what was done already. I sent each one of them his thing because I had them to send it to me. I had Sean to send his interviews to me, and I sent them to Devereaux Bargene. And so I'm doing my part with getting it to the attorneys, letting them cipher through this and figure out, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you that the letters is what the letters is. I haven't seen them, so I can't 100%. Nobody would know this thing but him. Not in no detail. Lots of stuff that was in detail. I mean, I haven't even listened to all of it. I'm just telling you that as of what I heard, the letters is real. Yes, if I have not seen the actual letter. You get that? And but I heard until today, I'm gonna talk to Devereaux. You know what I'm saying? Until I find out from Devereaux, I'm not 100 on nothing until he's gonna tell me the truth, and Sean's gonna have to produce the letter. Investigator can go and visit him whenever he make appointments. You know, I don't know that part. See, but what I am quite sure of, as him being an investigator, he can go in there with papers. And all of that. Because if you're the investigator, you can be giving him things to investigate because he works for the.
Man, listen. And if you ain't never hear me good. Be careful of what these crazies are saying. Prima Right, they birthed $1 million initiative, which was never approved. But they don't want to talk about that. And I'm going to talk about all that. Because I'm not going to stay off this. I'm going to walk all this back. Why is that? Bingo, Hollywood. Yeah, facts, Hollywood. Yeah, nothing but facts. So I'm going to say this. People see the truth. It's up to you to face it and realize that y'all was on the wrong side. And that some of the people that came this way talking free R. Kelly really meant keep R. Kelly locked up. And when Larry said that he had some people over here, they had to make it look like it was me. Because I was the loudest, I was the boldest, and I did everything by my lonely. But the ones that he had encamped are the ones that showed their hand mightily. Here's what I'm going to say to you. Keep faith, keep praying. For some that's fasting about this, keep fasting. And just keep pumping R. Kelly. We coming. And I'm not stopping. My next stop is a press conference. And I don't care who I got to step on. But remember, if you started 10 toes for Kelly, you got to remain 10 toes for Kelly. And yes, it do get hard and it look weary. But this should teach you one thing. Never put all your eggs in one basket because you never know who you can trust. And if you ain't never been through nothing with nobody, don't trust them. And in order to get my trust, we got to go through something. Whether we fighting each other, or we arguing with each other, or we teaming up to argue with somebody, or we both team up to fight somebody. We got to go through something. So that way I know how your fighting skills are. But also remember one thing. We back them up. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Be someone important. Be yourself. And until next time, only thing I can say is, yeah, I'm standing 10 toes for Robert. I'm gone.
Profit in that. So if I'm around people that are always complaining with no solutions, then I'm wasting real estate in my brain for what I need to project. And what I project in my brain is what I project in my reality. So that real estate only has to be for evolution, things that are going to help me get where I got to go. You understand? Help me evolve. So if my conversation with you makes me stagnate, we don't have too much conversation either. I have no time for no stupid ass conversation.
It's Sean. You ain't fucking with me. I don't know who needs to hear this. You ain't fucking with me. It's only one y'all. I'm a one-on-one. Don't need y'all. It's Sean. You ain't fucking with me. I don't know who needs to hear this. You ain't fucking with me. It's only one y'all. I'm a one-on-one. Don't need y'all. It's Sean. You ain't fucking with me. I don't know who needs to hear this. You ain't fucking with me. It's only one y'all. I'm a one-on-one. Don't need y'all. It's Sean. You ain't fucking with me. I don't know who needs to hear this. You ain't fucking with me. It's only one y'all. I'm a one-on-one. Don't need y'all. It's Sean. You ain't fucking with me. I don't know who needs to hear this. You ain't fucking with me. It's only one y'all. I'm a one-on-one. Don't need y'all. It's Sean. You ain't fucking with me. I don't know who needs to hear this. You ain't fucking with me. It's only one y'all. I'm a one-on-one. Don't need y'all. It's Sean. You ain't fucking with me. I don't know who needs to hear this. You ain't fucking with me. It's only one y'all.